There's nothing to worry about. The most powerful exorcists among us are working on it right now. And they'll make sure that we touch down on the ground safely.
Exorcists? Like the ones with amazing powers who healed people during the epidemic? That's right. So please, have faith in us.
So, to bring things in full circle with something else I just realized, I just did the video about Titans and I Kill Giants, and we bring in the significance of the bunny ears, the bunny rabbit ears. The main character, that, you know, the little girl who was like calling herself the giant killer, you know, she had these little bunny rabbit ears that she was wearing all the time. And then also, which I haven't watched the movie, and it is kind of a graphic, you know, movie in essence. So, you know, definitely not I Kill Giants, but the one I'm about to reference now, you know, Gummo. But Gummo, and some of y'all remember off of the movie Belly, you know what I'm saying, with Nas and DMX, you know, in the background they was watching this movie, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, subtly, subconsciously placed into that movie, you know what I'm saying? But then this character also wearing bunny rabbit ears. No coincidence that he's over a highway, you know, or in essence like a crossroad, because it's one highway going one way and, you know, next part of the highway going another way. Then you have this connection to, again, the trickster energy. Let's see. Well, no, this ain't but you see the rabbit connecting to the moon. And this is an aspect of the rabbit, you know, being connected with the trickster energy. You know, the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland, you know, and the rabbit that was, you know, basically like at the tea party, I connected with the Mad Hatter. But all right, it's a different folder. Give me 1 second. So it must be this one. So, matter of fact, you have this character from the time I reincarnated as slime. His name is Lepus, you know, Laplace, you know, connected to the rabbit energy. And again, this is also connected to certain, you know, constellations. Again, mythology is anatomy by law, and it also connects to the stories and mythology of the stars. You know what I'm saying? But you see that connection with the rabbit. This was another, but the picture too small, another anime that had a character dressed as a rabbit with a cane and a top hat, you know. And then this is from a Black Panther comic book, you know, where he had to go into a realm to retrieve a certain item for the goddess Basque. And he ended up coming across this trickster character, which had, you know, again, this rabbit vibe or rabbit energy to him. And again, that's Black Panther leaving, like, hey, farewell. Then Trickster, I pray we never meet again. And then he like, hey, don't be so sure with our past lead, you know, a minute past lead here. And once you visit it, you rarely stay away for long. But let's see. And then again, this rabbit character, the teller of tales and shape-shifting. No coincidence that that's also connected to what Loki is. You know, the god of mischievousness, god of shape-shifting, you know. And connecting Loki, as a matter of fact, Jotunheim is the land of the giants, because Loki, again, is the half son of Odin. Hence, he like blue in Odin's hand, because he's partially the son of the giants. And again, bring it back here, and no coincidence that she's a giant killer and she's wearing the bunny rabbit ears. And again, it's not all so literal as much as it's, again, like battling our inner giants, so to speak. Our subconscious giants within ourselves, those fears that we allow to turn into giants. But then also, again, astrological stories, and the story of, when it speaks to giants, also the Titan energy as well, And so you had the connection with the bunny rabbit ears. Then you have the connection with the name Lepus being connected to, rabbit ears. Rabbits, And also, let's see. And no coincidence in this book. Let's see. I forgot the name of this book. I think that's just one chapter of the book, God in the Multiverse. But it's basically talking about this brethren Laplace and where they get this little theory, Laplace's demon, quote unquote. And it's basically like it's connected to what Rupert Sheldrake was talking about. Rupert Sheldrake, and I posted a video with Rupert Sheldrake and Terrence McKenna, basically talking about the morphogenic field and how, the past, is a past blueprint that shapes the future in essence. And, what Terrence McKenna was also discussing with him is like, well, like how does novelty or new things come into play, if everything is molded by the past. And again, we hear the common phrase, there's nothing new under the sun, But again, Laplace's basically theory, as you could read, we may regard the present state of the universe as the effect of its past and the cause of its future. An intellect which at a certain moment would know all forces that set nature in motion and all positions of all items of which nature is composed. If this intellect were also vast enough to submit these data to analysis, it would embrace in a single formula the movements of the greatest bodies of the universe and those of the tiniest atom. For such an intellect, nothing would be uncertain, and the future, just like the past, would be present before its eyes. And that's almost kind of speaking to the present, past and future simultaneously in the now. But again, he called it the intellect, but other people refer to it as Laplace's demon, quote unquote. And of course, again, this is just other information. I should be able to post these slides in the Discord server for clarity purpose. And again, Laplace dealt with astrology and astronomy, and basically cosmology in essence, the makeup, the understanding of the makeup of the universe and, in essence, how it was created, So again, you see like the Laplace connection on multiple different levels, no coincidence. And again, seeing it as the trickster energy, or, that energy of Mercury, again, all the different tricksters, you know, because it's also speaking to the being or beings, you know what I'm saying, that reside in between dimensions. You know, some people speak of, you know, their psychedelic journeys, you know, having an experience with, you know, some form of a trickster deity or god or goddess, you know what I'm saying, whether it be, you know, again, Legba, Loki, you know, it could take some other form without a name, because again, remember that these names are more so somewhat egregors, you know what I'm saying, in essence, you know, again, these names given by, you know, by man, for lack of a better word, you know. So in essence, this is like a archetypical energy, you know, but then certain little cultures gave it a certain name, you know what I'm saying? And then as they went to feed those names that they called this energy, it somewhat in essence becomes like a egregor, you know. I feel like it is connected to the trickster energy, you know, in essence. But again, the way, you know, you feed something, you name it, you call it something. And again, from that perspective of giving it a name, it has a born date, which means it'll eventually transition because it's like an ego, you know, or egregor, you know what I'm saying? So, but you see all those different connections, and again, connected with the Loki energy. And there was something else. Also some notes I had upon it. Matter of fact, just some other perspectives. You know, a fox connected with the trickster energy. The word trickster coming out to, you know, the number 6. Try. And again, it's all connected to the Hermes energy, or the hermaphrodite energy, you know. And this is also what, you know, in some cases what the Baphomet energy represents. And I'm trying to see. And again, and the number 3 connected with the trickster energy, you know, it's in the name. Trickster, the trident, you know, and the Neptune energy, you know what I'm saying? The trident is that 3. Matter of fact, the symbol for Neptune in astrology, you know, is a trident, you know what I'm saying? Basically like this shape right here, you know, which is like a 3 laying on its back. You know, and Hermes Trismegistus. And just showing that, again, this energy, you know, that's being spoken of is also, again, a shape-shifting energy. And this also goes to the storyline of, you know, again, you want to talk Jehudi, Hermes, again, but you know, all these different names and different, you know, or you could just say different names given to basically one being that you're actually dealing with. Oh, and I may have shared this before too. The hermaphroditic energy, you know, basically like this quartz is called transparent, you know. And no coincidence. Oh, and in the movie Predestination, this kind of connects too. But literally a transparent, you know, trans, across or beyond. And, you know, we got, to each his own on your sexual orientation and how you present yourself in this realm. But transsexual, you know what I'm saying? Transparent or transparent, and the parents of a trans being, in essence, Hermes and Aphrodite, are Mercury and Venus, you know what I'm saying? So Mercury and Venus, child, in essence, is this hermaphrodite energy. Also connecting Aries and Aphrodite, creating Eros. I'm also looking for here we go. And again, the Pierre-Simon Laplace wrote a book on the celestial mechanics and how the past determines the future. And literally, it's almost like the blueprint of me right now, what I'm explaining right now. With the Black Panther comic book piece I showed you. Again, the Laplace character from the time I reincarnated as slime. That's an anime. They had a Laplace in the show Jobless, in the anime Jobless Reincarnation. And Rosen Maiden is the other Laplace. That's another anime, you know what I'm saying? And he basically was a referee, when black and referees were black and white stripes, you know what I'm saying? Like the duality, black and white, yin and yang. To the Alice game. He was a referee to what they call the Alice game in this anime. And he often assists the protagonist through riddles as a directional guide, so always giving riddles. And this kind of somewhat connects to the Sphinx, in Kemet or Egypt, where, in order to pass through the portal or, to enter the Sphinx, you had to, pass or, have the answer to a riddle, And then it's also connected, and I brought that up too, like the X-Men episode where Bishop was time traveling and he was in between worlds and he met like this Mad Hatter character, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. And then also in Full Metal Alchemist, the being that was kind of known as the Truth that the Full Metal Alchemist had to meet or see whenever they would, whenever that ritual went wrong, where they was trying to, bring their mom back to life, you know what I'm saying? That was also connected in that as well. But again, just showing. I'm just putting some of these writings on the video without reading them. Because as you take the time, you could always pause the video or rewind. And also, matter of fact, different trickster gods, Loki / Woden, because that's why also in American Gods, Wednesday or Odin kind of had like that trickster energy, like it seemed like, he wasn't the most trustable character in, what I'm saying, in American Gods. And you got Ares, the Monkey King / Hanuman, Anansi, and Anansi was known for having a bunch of stories, you know what I'm saying. In this recent, again, if I could find a part where they talk about it, and here Loki being the god of many stories, or being coined the god of many stories at this point, you know what I'm saying, in the storyline. deep into it, but again, a nonsense. Matter of fact, low key, because he had a shirt. Matter of fact, somebody else wearing it, but low key, but also the key aspect. And a custodian, has all the keys, you know what I'm saying? So the custodian could open all the different portals or doors, because a doorway is a portal, you know what I'm saying? So the custodian, knows all of the rooms in the building, you know what I'm saying? And again, breaking down the word custodian, a person who is responsible for or looks after something, a person employed to clean and maintain a building, and is also like custody and guardian put together. So custodian, custody of the seeds, who has custody over the children or the seeds, the seeds planted in the garden of Eden, you know what I'm saying? Or, on the earthly plane, the guardian of the children. In kindergarten, the garden. Again, custody. And then also one of the God, and it's connected to Loki too, in essence, more so, where it's just a story from Norse mythology, but Ratatosk is a squirrel being that would go up and down between Nidhogg. Nidhogg was the great serpent that gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is the tree, again, the tree of knowledge, and squirrels are connected with, in essence, that trickster energy and going up and down the tree, and trees are connected to the ancestor energy. Trees are like portals themselves, you know what I'm saying? So the squirrel going up and down the tree, or just being familiar with the tree, it's like that trickster energy, because again, if it's in the physical, just because it looks like a squirrel, or like an animal, it's still connected with this energy, nonetheless. But the squirrel going up and down from the Nidhogg, the great serpent, and the eagle, which they don't really have a name for, and matter of fact, Ratatosk, because breaking down the etymology, the traveler, sending messages, but matter of fact, he was sending slanderous messages of gossip between the serpent and the eagle, kind of making the serpent and the eagle kind of beef with each other. And you can see the serpent is like the Kundalini energy, the eagle kind of, in essence, could represent the crown. It could also represent the knowledge or wisdom of, the Scorpio energy, because Scorpio represented by eagle as well, Yeah. And again, it's connected with the video I just did. Just going a little deeper. I didn't really speak on this in that video, but, it just all kind of light bulb hit. So it's like, all right, let me share this part with y'all as well, And again, she wearing bunny rabbit ears. Name of it is I Kill Giants. The bunny rabbit ears associated with the trickster energy, which is a part of what Loki represents. And Loki is considered to be birthed from one of the giants, So you see all of that connecting together, and representing the Titan energy. And then again, that subtle connection with the bunny rabbit ears to the movie Gummo. But again, I haven't watched Gummo. But, that's all connected. And then Lepus, connecting, talking about how the past creates the future. And he was also studying, again, astronomy. And quote unquote, Lepus demon, speaking of the morphogenic field, and also, again, trickster energy. So, it's all connected.